Very gracious to have you here. My name is Brian Ball. I am the Marketing Director for Critical Design Associates. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a little rundown of why we're here, what the agenda is going to be, and we're going to get started with our speakers. I'm also going to talk a little bit about critical design as well. I'll get this all done within a 15-minute time frame. So, first off, why are we here? Well, the fact that everybody is sitting in seats right now and this room is packed proves a point that people are hungry for the information and what we're presenting, which is emerging cyber threats, malware, and forensics. It's great to have you all here. We know that there's strength in numbers. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this. We're looking to build a community. There's strength in numbers. Everybody here obviously is into the topic matter. That's what brings you here today. But if you know that a singular person alone can only cover so much ground when it comes to learning and keeping up to speed on things, you could read blogs and study 24/7. But as we come together as a group like this, strength in numbers, we're more powerful, we can share information. So that's our goal for today. That's what we're really doing. We're looking to build a community. We all go to user groups, we go to trade shows, we go to meetups. We're looking to build a community here. So, a few items before we get started. I'm going to ask everybody to please silence all cell phones and pagers. If you have a pager, please come and talk to me. I'm curious what industry that you're in, that you're still using pagers. That's quite all right if you are. If you need to use the bathroom for any reason, we ask that you please exit through the rear so we don't interrupt any speakers up here. We're going to be announcing our next lunch and learns that are coming up at the end of our discourse. So if you want to know where we're going to be at, where we're going to be presenting next, it's going to be available. At everybody's table is a survey. That's how we gauge what we're doing here. That's how we get ideas for the topic matter that we're going to present in future sessions. So please fill these out when the time comes at the end. I have multiple Amazon gift cards to give away, so I'm going to incentivize you guys to fill those out. So if you could please fill those out before the end of the seminar, that'd be great. You're also eligible for continuing education credits. Just let Susan in the back know that you'd like one of the certificates, and we will email you a PDF that is a certificate of completion for the 2 hours of continuing education credits for while you're here. Lastly, this is an interactive session, so we don't want this to be one-sided. Feel free to participate. Ask questions. If something pops in your head and you have something that you'd like to share, please do so. We're going to do a question and answer session at the end of every speaker. Ask those questions. We want this to be a two-way street. So for today's agenda, I'm Brian Ball. I'm kicking things off. Next up will be Alyssa Torres, our SANS instructor. And then we're going to have Michael Sebo from Cognigo. And then we're going to have Trevor Prokop from my own team, Critical Design, presenting. That should take us right up to the end. So we're going to do the surveys and gift card giveaway real quick. And then from 1:40 to 2 o'clock, maybe a little bit after, if you want to stick around and network, you're more than welcome. We have the room. We encourage that as well. So I want to introduce some of the people that are paramount to making this event happen today. Anthony DiDonato is our CEO. He could not make it today. But we do have Anthony Menissi. He's our Director of Operations, our COO. Anthony is in the back. He might be outside the room right now doing some coordination. We have Susan Lewis in the back. Hi, Susan. If you received an email or a confirmation, that came from Susan. So thank you, Susan. We also have Todd Prokop. He's one of our account managers. He's in the back. We have Trevor Prokop, who's on his way here. We have Christian Myers showing up. We also have another one of our team members, Joe Yee. He's in the back. And I'm Brian Ball. I'm the Marketing and Talent Acquisition Manager. I should throw it out there that if you're looking for a job or you know somebody that's looking for a position, please come and talk to me, because I'm also heavily involved in the hiring process for a company when we are hiring. From Cognigo, we have Joe Marini. I think he's in the back as well. Awesome. We got Michael Semo. He's in the back. And Rich, should have answered this first, Cunino? There you go. Great. From Avanti, we have Joe Savitsky. There you are, Joe. Good to see you. And then our SANS instructor, Alyssa Torres. So this is a team effort to make this happen. This is by no means just a one-person effort or even a small team. It's a crew that comes together to make these events what they are. So I want to talk a little bit about critical design. We were founded in 2001 with a focus on project consulting, managed services, and staffing. And as it stands right now, we have an office in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We have one in Amelia Island, Florida, and we're soon to have another office in San Antonio, Texas. So we are expanding. The customers that we focus on are enterprise level customers. Usually that means 1,000 seats or above. And I don't want that to scare anybody away. We definitely work with smaller companies as well. But if somebody were to ask where we excel, it's the Fortune 1000, Fortune 500 companies with 1,000 or more users. And today, we still offer the same core services. It's consulting, managed services, and staffing. The verticals that we focus on, we got financial, healthcare, energy, oil, gas, power in general, manufacturing, legal, education, and retail. And the services that we focus on, our practice areas, are application delivery and packaging. We have endpoint management, cybersecurity, regulatory compliance, and a new practice for us is ITSM, IT service management, and ITAM, IT asset management. Over here you'll notice I say we're a service-based organization. What does that mean? I was explaining this earlier. Some companies like us might have 25 salespeople and 5 engineers. That's not the way we do it in critical design. We have 25 engineers and 5 support people. We are engineering heavy. Our CEO was a former principal architect at Citrix. So we're heavy on the engineering side, and our clients seem to really appreciate that. We also heavily invest in our people, which leads me to my next slide, our pillars of success. So for critical design, it's people, process, and platform. I'm going to start off with people. We invest heavily in our people. Why? Because they are our most valuable asset in the company. We do training, mentoring, cross-training. We have our team go to user groups, meetups. They read blogs, they write blogs, they do video tutorials. We are heavily invested in making our people the best possible. And why? Because it plays right out to a symbiotic relationship with the other two. When a customer comes to us and they have a challenge, we're going to develop design a solution that will be a process. That process is married up with a software suite, which is a platform. All these work together. Without the right people, we can't define the right process and implement the right platform. So we focus heavily on these 3 areas to make sure that projects are successful. This also plays directly in part with our methodology. So when we meet a client, they have a challenge, first thing we do is a full analysis. We're going to design a solution. From there, we're going to build it out, we're going to test it in our own labs, and then we're going to deploy it. And it's rinse and repeat for every single project. We do not deviate from this, and this is the keys to our success. This is a laundry list of the solutions that we offer. I'm not going to go through these all right now. I will definitely send around a slide deck for those who are interested in a full laundry list of what we have to offer. And here are some of the partners we work with. Now, this is only a short list, but we do provide value-added services for our partners, and we resell for them as well. So, it's our own team doing services, and then we have our team of partners as well that all bring together our success. So without further ado, ready to get started, I'd like to welcome Melissa Torres, our SANS instructor. Melissa, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and set my machine.